Here's a video clip of Jason Lisle going full Pinocchio.
And in fact, who was it? Who was it that drew the? I forget the name now. Haeckel, Ernest Haeckel. He falsified that. He basically drew these things. He said, "See, all organisms, they go through the same stage." Well, they don't. They don't. And when he was on trial for that, he was put on trial for that. He blamed the artist, failing to mention that he was the artist that drew those. So and I don't think an educated evolutionist would make that claim anymore, to be honest.
There's a special kind of contempt reserved for those who know better and lie anyway. Jason Lisle, a man who holds a doctorate in physics, exemplifies this brand of intellectual treachery, a scientist by credential, a propagandist by practice, and a liar by choice. His recent claim that Ernst Haeckel, the 19th century German biologist, was put on trial for his embryo drawings isn't just historically inaccurate, it is a deliberate, calculated falsehood. And for a degreed scientist to knowingly spread such a lie is a disgrace both to his field and to the very concept of academic integrity. Ernst Haeckel was never put on trial, not in a court of law, not in a formal tribunal, not in any legal or criminal capacity. He faced criticism from academic peers over aspects of his embryo illustrations, a matter debated, revised, and dealt with within the open, self-correcting framework of science. But no trial, no charges, no legal proceedings. The claim Lisle repeats is a fabrication, one long debunked by historians of science. Yet it persists in the echo chamber of creationist apologetics precisely because men like Lisle are willing to lie to keep it alive. Lisle is lying. This isn't an innocent mistake. This isn't a fringe crank cobbling together misinformation from conspiracy websites. This is a man trained in evidence-based reasoning, steeped in the methodologies of critical analysis, who fully understands the difference between documented historical fact and agenda-driven myth-making. When someone with a PhD in physics chooses to knowingly misrepresent history for ideological gain, it's not ignorance, it's willful deception. Worse still, Lisle isn't content to merely misunderstand biology or misstate history. He weaponizes his academic title to lend unearned credibility to these lies, betraying both his discipline and the public trust. He banks on the fact that his followers, many lacking the resources or background to fact-check 19th century embryology debates, will accept his claims at face value because Dr. Jason Lisle said so. It's an exploitation of authority that borders on the predatory. A PhD represents years of disciplined study and mastery of a scientific field. It signifies not just knowledge, but a commitment to intellectual honesty, rigor, and the pursuit of truth. When someone like Jason Lisle defiles that standard to peddle deliberate falsehoods, he doesn't just embarrass himself, he poisons public discourse and undermines the very institution of science he once swore to serve. Jason Lisle is not an honest man who happens to be wrong. He is a dishonest actor propping up a bankrupt ideology with lies he knows to be lies. He deserves no professional courtesy, no benefit of the doubt, and no place in any serious conversation about science or history. The next time Jason Lisle dares invoke his credentials to prop up another fabrication, remember this: a PhD is only as good as the integrity of the person who holds it. And in Jason Lisle's case, it's worth less than nothing. Thanks for watching. Subscribe with a bell so you're notified of future videos. And I'll see you then.